The silent skill that separates the 1% from the 99%. Part 1. The jolt and the reverse truth. Take your hand off the mouse right now. Every time you click buy or sell just to feel something, you are directly funding the accounts of institutional algorithms programmed to hunt your impatience. I'm not saying this to induce panic, but to prepare you for the psychological warfare you are losing every single day. You think your problem is your strategy. You think you need a $10,000 indicator. But the inescapable reality is this. The hardest part of extracting money from the market isn't finding a setup. It is surviving the absolute agonizing silence of doing nothing. I'm going to show you the exact tactical framework to build an unshakable system later in this video. But first, we need to address the lie you have been living. If your heart is racing on every 5 minutes candle close, you are constantly jumping in and out of positions. If you feel an adrenaline rush every morning the market opens, congratulations, you are losing money. The market does not care about your feelings. It does not care that you haven't taken a trade in 3 days. It does not care that you are bored, right? Profitable trading is profoundly boring, and until you accept that, you will remain liquidity. Part 2. The Overtrading Curse. Think about military snipers. A sniper doesn't run into an open field firing a machine gun at every shadow. That is how you get killed. A sniper hikes for 2 days, sets up a hide, and stares through a scope for 48 hours straight. They endure extreme discomfort, waiting for a single mathematically perfect shot. You are the sniper. The market is the battlefield. Those high probability setups are your only targets. But you don't act like a sniper, you act like you are playing a video game. I know this because I used to be that exact trader. I believed more trades equal more money. And so I took 23 trades in a single week. I saw a candlestick pattern I vaguely recognized. I clicked. I saw a level that sort of looked like a support. I clicked. By Friday, I was down 20% on my account. But here is the devastating truth. Out of those 23 trades, only 5 actually met my system criteria. 4 of them were winners. If I only just taken those 5 trades and sat on my hands for the rest of the week, I would have been up 5%. Instead, my desperate need to feel productive cost me 25% in potential gains. This isn't just a mistake, it is a fatal flaw in your mental operating system. Fewer better trades will always outperform more mediocre trades. Part 3. The noise and the painful phase. So why can't you sit still? Because you are infected by the crowd. You are waiting patiently for your setup. Everything is clean. And then you check social media. Someone with 10k followers is screaming that gold is going to the moon. They are posting rocket emojis. Their whole Discord is piling into longs. And suddenly, your carefully constructed analysis feel weak. You panic. You close your perfect short setup for a tiny fraction of the profit, convinced you missed a fundamental catalyst. 18 hours later, price hits your exact original target. You didn't lack knowledge, you lacked conviction. Those people on Twitter do not know your account size. They do not know your risk tolerance. They do not know your system. So why are you letting their noise dictate your capital? There is a period in every successful trader's journey, let's call it the painful phase. It is the phase where you actually start following your rules. You stop overtrading and you wait. And for a while, nothing happens. The account stays flat. The boredom is suffocating. The weak trader breaks here. They go back to the casino. The 1% trader survives the painful phase because they understand that waiting is an active, aggressive decision to protect capital. Part 4. The Safe Harbor Framework. So, how do you survive the waiting game? How do you build a mind that doesn't break under the pressure of doing nothing? You need an ironclad psychological structure. Here is the framework you must implement tomorrow morning. Step 1. The pre-market isolation. When you wake up, before you look at a single chart, you establish your baseline. You journal your wins from the day before, not just financial wins, but execution wins. Did you hold your stop loss? Write it down. Then you mark your levels. After that, you completely cut off external input. No Twitter, no Discord. Your system is your only compass. Step 2. The if-then strike protocol. You do not make decisions during market hours. You only execute predetermined commands. If price reaches this specific supply zone and creates a structural shift, then I execute. If the if does not happen, the then does not happen. You do not negotiate with the chart. Step 3. The emotional quarantine. Emotions are not the enemy, they are just data, but they do not get to drive. If you take 3 winners in a row, the ego spikes. You will want to over leverage. And in this case, you need to take a 24-hour quarantine. Step away from the screens. If you take 2 losses in a row, the revenge mindset kicks in. And in this case, take 12-hour quarantine. You force a wedge between your feelings and your trigger finger. Part 5. The compounding reality. You are not going to get rich next month. But if you start with $10,000 and make a steady 3% a month through cold, boring, patient execution, in 5 years, you have nearly $60,000. In 10 years, you have over $340,000. The impatient trader, they turn that same $10,000 into $15,000. Feels like a god, over leverage, and blow the account. 5 years later, they have deposited $50,000 of their own hard earned cash and have exactly zero to show for it. Which side of that math do you want to be on? The market is a machine designed to transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient. It will always be there tomorrow. There will always be another setup. Your capital, however, is limited, so protect it. If you are ready to stop playing a video game and start building a professional edge, hit the subscribe button right now. Market sector is where we stripe away the noise and focus on the brutal realities of execution. Drop a like if you are committing to the painful phase today. And right now, go into the comments and tell me what is the one setup you are actually going to wait for tomorrow. Put it in the writing, hold yourself accountable, execute the process, and I will see you in the next video.